Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on today. We're going to give everyone just a few more minutes to hop on. We're here right at the top of the hour, and then we'll get started. My name is Sarah. I am the marketing manager here at Inception. With me, I have Ipsa. And we'll be taking you through the SEO essentials in just a few minutes. If you want to pop in the chat where you're calling in from, we'd love to see that. Say hello, and we'll get started in just a minute.
Hey, Beaver Dam. Nice. We are in Green Bay, so not too far away from you.
Awesome. A neighbor.
That's right.
We love it. All right, we've got a few more people popping on. I will go over a quick few housekeeping things. We are going to save all questions for the end, but please feel free to pop your questions into the question field before, as we're going through the presentation. So if something we're talking about, you've got a question about, pop it in there and we will answer it at the end. Because we're only here for 30 minutes, if we don't get to everybody's questions, we will follow up and make sure that you get your answer. Also, if you look into our links section, we've got a few links here. We've got our social, our Facebook, and our LinkedIn. If you'd like to hear the latest happenings at Inception. I also have a couple of different examples of websites that we've done. If you want to click in there and poke around, we will show you some through this presentation. But if you'd like to kind of look at those a little bit deeper than just this 30-minute presentation, please feel free to do that. And without further ado, we'll get started. Again, my name is Sarah, and we are going to be talking about the SEO essentials, the keys to driving patient acquisition on your website. We will be also sharing a recording after the presentation. So if you have to pop off or you'd like to share this with any of your colleagues, you will get that recording and can do so. And without further ado, I will hand things off to Ipsa and we can get started.
Awesome. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for that amazing introduction. I really appreciate it. So just wanted to introduce myself to everybody here today. So my name is Ipsa Godana. I am the sales manager here at Inception. I'm really excited to go through the presentation, this webinar with everyone here. To give you a little background on what I do, I have been part of Inception for close to 4 years. I've been in the online marketing world for close to 7. So I have a lot of experience in this specific topic of SEO, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I think you'll find it to be very interesting and eye-opening, maybe just understanding concepts you've heard of, maybe just didn't understand it fully. I'm hoping to shed a lot of light on different things that you maybe have seen in the past, have heard of in the past. So thanks for hopping on today. So before we get started, I want to give a little bit of information about, what is Inception Online Marketing, right? So what do we do? So Inception has been around for over a decade. We were founded in 2012, and we are here to provide you with strategies to help your online presence grow and attract new patients into your practice. So we have many different services, but one of our core services that we have here is website optimization, SEO optimization. And our team, we work on the back end, the front of the website to help you guys rank higher in search engines and provide you with the tools you need to convert those leads that come from the website into loyal patients into your office. So something that we've been doing for a very long time and really are passionate about and have gotten results for thousands of offices. So I'm excited to share a little bit about how we do that. Some of the agenda for today's call, some of the things we'll be talking about today. So we're going to be talking about the keys to driving patient acquisition. We're going to be talking about a few different topics. The first thing we'll be going over is on-site versus off-site SEO and how each impacts your practice. So these are two different types of SEO that's out there. So on-site versus off-site, we'll go through each of the different aspects to each type of SEO and how each works a little bit differently. We'll also talk about strategies that can help you stand out in searches. We want to make sure your office, when somebody does a search for a chiropractor or somebody does a search for a optometrist, more likely they're typing in eye doctor, those type of things into the search results, that when they see your listing, that it stands out on that page and entices them to click on it. We'll also talk about ways to optimize your website for exceptional patient experience. User engagement is huge for SEO, so we'll want to talk about how to engage people when they're on your website, get them to see the information that's most important to them, because that's what they're looking for at the end of the day, and then helping them to and guiding them to take action on your website as well. We'll also talk about some actionable steps to help increase website traffic. Traffic's important, right? We want people to go to your website. So we want to be able to talk about ways to increase that website traffic so that we can get more people to your site and ultimately more people taking action and reaching out to your office and making it into the office as a patient. And then lastly, tips to convert those website visitors into patients, tying in with that actionable steps to help increase website traffic. We'll talk about some tips to convert more of those website visitors into patients that walk into your door as well. So let's get right into it here and start with on-site SEO. So on-site SEO is important to understand. I think before we even go really deep into what on-site SEO is, understanding the word SEO, search engine optimization. So that word is thrown out a lot in today's world, and you probably heard it at least once or twice in your time practicing. And what that word means essentially is all the different things you do on-site, off-site, technical aspects, plus the off-site things that you do for SEO that point positive signals over to Google to move your website up in the prospective rank searches that you want to rank for, that are going to be revolving around the type of clinic you are. If you're a chiropractor, you want to show up for searches like chiropractor near me, chiropractor city, those type of searches. If you're an optometrist, you want to show up for, somebody searching for an eye doctor or an eye exam or a contact lens exam, or if they're searching about a specific chronic eye disease, right? We want to be able to show up for those specific searches. And SEO is the process of doing things on your website and off the website in order to help you show up for those specific searches. So it's a multifactorial thing. There's a lot of different things that go into it, and everything ties together. So we want to make sure we do everything properly. Make sure that when Google crawls the website, they're getting everything they need in order to rank your website properly. So let's get into it a little bit here. So on-site SEO is referring to this type of SEO that directly impacts your website pages. So this focuses on elements that can be adjusted on your website to improve visibility of search engines. So let's go through a few of these specific on-site SEO elements. One of the most important is quality content and relevant keywords. So the content, or the text that shows up on your pages, the articles that show up on your pages, that content should be clear, it should be valuable, and it should also be relevant, right? If somebody is searching for a chiropractor, when they click onto your website, the content on that homepage should be about chiropractic, right? Shouldn't be about cupcakes, for example, right? Obviously, you wouldn't do that on your website, but just kind of give an idea. What that means is that content should be relevant to whatever the audience is looking for. So we want to make sure that when the content is written on your website, it's specifically tied into the keywords that the people are searching. Tying into that, we also want to place well-placed keywords to help search engines understand the topic. So within your articles, your headings, those type of things, you want to make sure the keywords are sprinkled in throughout those articles and those headings. So for example, if I'm a chiropractor here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where I'm located, I want to see things like chiropractic Green Bay, chiropractor, chiropractic in Green Bay, those type of keywords that are sprinkled throughout my articles, throughout the content on my website. So that's what we're referring to when we talk about quality content and relevant keywords. The second thing is title tags, meta descriptions, and headers. Now, when I say this, most people are like, I don't know what those things are. Don't worry, I'm going to give you some examples of that here in just a second. But to give you an idea what these things do, these are crucial for helping search engines and users quickly understand what each page is about, and it can lead to helping improve the click-through rate to your website. And what click-through rate is the percentage between how many people actually view your listing or your website listing on Google and how many people actually click on that. We want that click-through rate to be as high as possible. We want more people that view the listing to actually click on it. And we want to use these title tags, these meta descriptions, the headers on your website to help improve the click-through rate on the site. And so and right after I go through these other points, I'm going to show you some examples of title tags, meta descriptions, and headers as well. But moving on real quick, Another thing that you want to make sure for on-site SEO that you have is fast page loading and mobile friendliness. So what this means is that you want to ensure that the page loads quickly and they're easy to view on phones and tablets, which search engines prioritize. So back in March 2018, Google released something called mobile first indexing, which essentially means that Google predominantly uses the mobile version of a website's content for indexing and ranking. And this approach, it reflects the shift in user behavior. Most people today have shifted from using a desktop or a computer to search for things and shifted to using their cell phone to search for things. Most people are going, if they're looking for a service or a product or something on that they want, they're going to go to their phone, they're going to pull up Google, and they're probably going to just search it on Google. And so Google now looks at the mobile version of the site first before anything else. And by July 1st, 2019, mobile first indexing became the default for all new websites. And so we want to make sure that the mobile version of the website is fast loading, that when people pull it up, it quickly loads onto their phone so that there's no delay and bad user experience if it's not loading quickly enough. And we want to make sure that it's user friendly. So the buttons are working properly, the layout is structured properly, that there's not a bunch of pop-ups coming out in front of them and disrupting the mobile experience. So Google really has placed a high emphasis on making sure that your mobile version of your website is performing at a high level. And they're using that as the basis of indexing your website. So we want to make sure that the mobile version of the website is loading fast and it's very user friendly so that people are having a good experience on their phones. Moving forward, internal links and easy navigation. So links are really important, and within your website, they play two different parts. One, they're really great for making sure that when people are on your website, they can navigate from one page to another page that's related information by just clicking on a link inside the article. That's really great for the user experience. So it keeps people on the site longer. They're able to find information really easily just by clicking on a link in an article. But two, we also want to make sure that it's set up so that Google can see the relationship between pages when they crawl your website through the links that you have in there. So what we do, what you want to do on your website is you want to place internal links. So if I'm going to, for a chiropractic example, if I have a page about back pain, and then we're talking about disc degeneration, I will want to place a link where I say disc degeneration that links over to the disc degeneration page because that is related information. One, it's easy for a patient to go and click on the disc degeneration and read more about disc degeneration. But for Google, they can see that those pages are they are linked information, they're related information, and they all have to do with something that's related to back pain. So those links are really great for giving the Google bot or the crawlers that visibility of the relationships between certain pages. And it's great for users or patients that go to your website so they can see the related information and can easily click into another page and read more about disc degeneration if they were reading some information about disc degeneration on a back pain page, for example. And then the last and final thing is structured data and schema for enhanced search results. So what schema is schema markup helps search engines understand the content on a website, enhancing how search engines display the content. And so schema markup basically is a type of coding that you place around elements. And I'm going to give you an example of what this coding looks like as we go through this presentation. But this type of coding that we place around elements essentially allows Google to pull certain parts of your website and add as links or additional like rich snippets that maybe show the amount of reviews or 5-star reviews that you have, or it shows your address or your phone number that people can easily click on the search result page. So it enhances your listing and adds additional links where people can click on. It makes the listing more attractive to click on, and it allows you to stand out on the search result page as well. We'll talk a little bit more on this as we go through. So those are all aspects of on-site SEO. Now, I want to share with you some examples of title tags, meta descriptions, and headers. So let me share a live search with you. So I just did a search to find one of our clients that are in Wall, New Jersey. And I want to show you an example of a title tag, a meta description, and a header, what those are. Because I can say those words, but if you don't know what they are, what good does it do you at the end of the day, right? So let's talk about what a meta title or a title tag is. So a meta title or a title tag from my previous slide is this right here. It's this blue purple text that shows up on the search result page. So when you're building out pages, every single page has a title tag. Every single page has a meta description. Every single page also has a heading structure too as well. And so we want to make sure we have these things set up properly. So the meta title should always have some keywords within it. You can see in here, it's a little bit longer, but you can see it says chiropractor wall. Right here, we have those keywords. We have some additional keywords about chiropractic. We have some additional keywords about their location, more location keywords, and an additional chiropractic keyword too as well. So you can see that within the meta title and the meta description, there are keywords placed evenly throughout to tell Google this is what we're trying to show up for. If I go to their website, now we're looking at the header side of things. If we take a look at how their heading is set up, headers are the way that you organize content on the page. It goes from H1 to H6 in rank of importance. And this is a great way to tell Google exactly what our content is about. As you can see here, we have keywords sprinkled throughout, name of the office, keywords about chiropractic sprinkled throughout. This heading structure is clean. It's very easy for Google to understand. And all of this is done specifically, very in a specific way for each website page. Every website page is laid out like this. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more insight as to what meta titles, title tags, meta descriptions, and headers are. So moving on, we'll go into offsite SEO. So let's talk a little bit about that. So we went through on-site SEO, all the stuff that we do on the website. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that we do off the website too as well. So offsite SEO is exactly what the term means. It's everything that you're doing off of your website to enhance the online visibility of your website. So it boosts authority and trust with external connections. So some of those things that you can do for offsite SEO are backlinks from credible websites. So links from trusted websites back to yours signal to search engines that your content is valuable, and it helps to improve rankings. So what are some examples of this, for example? So we have offices that ask us all the time, what type of link should I get? Is any link linking back to my website beneficial, or is there a specific type of link that I would need in order to make sure that that link is beneficial? The answer to that question is that not every link is going to be great for your website. So we have some offices that will come to us and start, building a website with us, and we'll take a look at their backlink profile, and they might have done some SEO work with another company that maybe was using some unethical SEO practices. And we take a look at the backlink profile. They have backlinks coming in from overseas websites that have nothing to do with chiropractic or are local to their area at all. They are kind of spammy in nature. Those type of backlinks are not great for your website. Actually, will hurt your website. So you want to stay away from those type of links. The type of links that are going to build credible backlinks back to your website are trusted sources, and usually ones that are local to your area. So some of the suggestions that we give to offices is getting backlinks from local sports organizations, youth organizations. So some offices will sponsor like youth organizations or a local 5K or something like that. And those organizations will link their website back to their website. The local chiropractic association in their area, having a link from their website back to their website. The local chamber of commerce in their area, having a link back from their website back to their website will help the SEO. And those local backlinks, one, they're trusted. They're websites that people visit often that are local to that area, and they're credible, right? They've been around usually for a good amount of time too as well, and they're trusted by the people in the market. And those trusted backlinks will help your website way more than any kind of spammy backlinks or things that you can get from overseas. So if anybody ever asks you like, hey, you can buy some backlinks for me, those type of things, never a good idea. You want to stay away from that because that can lead to a negative aspect later on your SEO. It could be a penalty from Google because Google doesn't like those kind of practices. It's referred to as either black hat SEO or gray hat SEO, two types of SEO that Google does not want you to do. It wants you to do what's called white hat SEO, the type of SEO that is ethical to Google, the things that they recommend on their website, the things that they say you should do when they update their algorithms and they send you notifications on that. Those are the type of practices you want to do, and those are the things that we do here in Inception. We stay away from all that gray hat, black hat SEO. You never want to put your website in jeopardy. And so the backlinks you want to get from credible websites that are local to your area. Moving on, we have social media posting and online platforms for brand visibility. So this is referring to having social media pages for your office, right? A Facebook business page, Instagram business page, YouTube, whatever it may be, social media that is going to help build your brand visibility and help drive extra traffic to your website. So if you're posting on your social media channels, having a little link in the description that says, hey, you want to learn more? Click on our website to learn more. Or if talking about a different topic, you can say, hey, this we have an article on our website about this specific topic. Go ahead and click on it and check it out. That helps to drive more traffic to your website. And that extra traffic and people going to your website and checking out that content or exploring the website for different services and things that you do coming in from social media are beneficial for SEO as well. And the last thing that we have is local SEO with business listings and directories. So this is referring to all those different directories that are out there, like the main one, which is Google My Business, where you have all your reviews and your business information, your website, your address, your phone number. You can have pictures on there. Um, you can have different FAQ questions. You can have social media links, and then you have like Yelp listings, Nextdoor, Manta, all these different listings that are out there. But Google is going to be the king out of all those type of listings that are out there. Google is going to be the one that most people are going to visit when they're making decisions on whether to choose this service or to choose this service. So really put a lot of emphasis on Google. But these listings are great for local SEO. It's going to drive extra traffic to your website because people look into that section to find businesses and services all the time. They're looking at reviews, they're looking at pictures, they're looking for things that are going to build them trust and tell them they're going to have a good experience there. So making sure your business listing is optimized as much as possible. Some things I can recommend for that is adding 1 or 2 pictures every single month. Gaining 2 to 3 reviews every single month. You don't have to get 50, 60 reviews every single month. A lot of people think, oh, I have to get 30, 40 reviews a month. You don't. You only need 2 to 3 really good reviews every single month, and those can be from patients that you notice that are having a good experience, that love you guys, that are coming in each week and seeing results. Those patients, if you ask them, they'll leave you a great review. Doing 2 to 3 of those a month are really beneficial, because what that shows to Google is that people are coming in every single month, they're enjoying your services, and they're leaving a review about it. And when 2 or 3 of those are coming in every single month, it looks a lot more organic to Google as opposed to 50 of them coming in a month. So doing it that way can be a really great way to strengthen your Google My Business listing there. All right. So that's off-site and SEO. We went over on-site too as well. I want to talk about something that is another part of SEO that is really, really important and we should not ignore, because this part of SEO, if not done, those other 2 things that you're doing, off-site and on-site SEO, won't really benefit as much. So let's talk about website optimization for better user engagement. Engaged traffic is key to SEO success, right? Your website should encourage visitors to take action. So when Google's looking at a website and they're looking at all the different factors of SEO, traffic is one of those factors. It's actually one of the biggest factors. We don't just want traffic for your website. We want engaged traffic, right? Because you can get traffic to your website, but if it's bouncing off to Google right away as soon as it lands on there, it's not benefiting you at all. We want engaged traffic. And what I mean by that is we want people to click onto your listing, go to your website, look at pictures, click a video, play a video, click into the FAQs, read some answers to those, maybe go to the Meet the Team page, read some information about the office, and then fill out a form or call from the website. We want engagement and we want people taking action. So engagement shows that search engine, so basically what it does is shows search engines that users find value in your site and that the content that they're recommending, so when somebody Googles chiropractor near me or eye doctor near me and Google's showing your website high up in that search and people are clicking on your website and spending time on it, what it shows to Google is that they're finding value in the content that's on your website and they should continue to show you for that search. And we've been around for over a decade. We have over 2,500 offices that we work with. And from the Google Analytics that we get from these offices, we know that visitors decide within the first 20 seconds whether to stay or to leave the site. So that takes me to my next point. Within that first 20 seconds, we need to give visitors what they are looking for and fast. Because if you haven't noticed, in today's world, people have short attention spans, right? They want what they want, and they want it fast. So we need to be able to give them what they're looking for immediately. So in those 20 seconds, users should need to find key information that they're looking for. So we need to make the essentials clear and easy to access right away. Next, we need to showcase the patient experience with personalized content. So what I mean by this is, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, most people spend about 20 seconds before they decide whether to leave or stay. In that short 20 seconds, guess what they're not doing? Reading. Yeah, they're not reading a whole lot on your website. What they're doing is kind of scrolling up and down really quickly and visiting 2 pages predominantly, and the analytics show us this very clearly. Most people spend their time on the homepage, the About Us page, or the Meet the Team, Meet the Doctor page, and then they might read some testimonials afterwards. And then they're taking action or they're not taking action. And that's about 20 seconds of time. That surpasses when they're doing that. And so what you want to do is you want to include images or videos that showcase to the patient what it's like to be a patient in your office. Because one of the main concerns when they land on your website is, am I going to have a good experience here? Is this the right place for me to go to, right? How do I get in contact with you to become a new patient? That's what they're asking in their mind. And if you don't answer that immediately, right, they might try to go to another website and try to find that a little bit quicker. And so personalized images and videos will display that information to them very quickly, and they can understand very quickly that they're going to have a good experience in your office, and that that you're a good place to go to and you look very trustworthy. And personalized content, yes, it builds trust and helps them visualize themselves in your office. Next, we want to make sure that we have a clean, user-friendly design. So this is really important too as well. Keep in mind, like I talked about a little bit earlier, since Google released mobile first indexing, we know that most people are out here using the mobile version of the website over the desktop version of the website. They're pulling up the website on their phones predominantly. And so we want to make sure that the mobile version of the website, and the desktop version too as well, is clutter-free. It's an intuitive layout. It's easy for users to find information. It's simple. Um, and it keeps visitors on your site longer and encourages them to explore more. And so kind of take a step back and take a look at it from a user's perspective. If I went to a website right now and there's pop-ups coming up in front of me all the time, I cannot find the phone number, I can't find where to become a new patient, there's no pictures to show me what it's like to be a patient there, I have no idea if I can trust this office, I have no idea how to become a patient at the office, I get turned off really quickly, and I'm about to go back to Google and try to find it somewhere else because it's too hard for me to find it. And if you think about people's time, right, it's really valuable. So they want to find things quickly. And if you can make that really easy for them on your website, more people will take action. But if it's not, you're going to find a lot of people are going to be bouncing off of your website there. And then the last thing is to position key information higher up on the page. So it's not a given that somebody's going to scroll all the way up and down on your website or go to another page. So we want to make sure that the key information is right up at the top when they first land on there. So contact information, location information, service information, phone number, those type of things should be high up on the page. This approach aligns with potential patients because it adheres to what they're looking for immediately, which is the contact information. Am I going to trust you? And then what else, what do you guys do at this office? Basically trying to see if they're going to have a good experience there and if you're going to give them what they're looking for. And so let me give you some real life examples of this because I think it's important to see in real life how it should be done. So let me take you to a website real quick here. All right, so you should be able to see a website here of a chiropractic office we work with. So right away when you land on this website as a patient, I can see who the doctor is. I can see that their patients are having a good experience. They have a nice office space. I see that to become a new patient, I just got to click on this big yellow button here. I can meet the team and learn more about the doctors really quickly here. Ooh, I could read some reviews and learn about what other people have said about the office here. Everything that I need to make a decision is right up top. I don't even have to go anywhere else if I didn't want to. So for a patient that's really quick and just looking for information to see if this is the right place for them, they're getting everything they need within that first 20 seconds. And then if I need to get in contact with the office, here's my directions, here's my phone number, right? I can get in contact with them anywhere. If I click on the Meet the Team page and read some more information, I have everything that I need to take action as well. I have my call to action button that follows me. I have my address right here, my phone number, I have my office hours. Everything I need to make a decision is right there for me. So, and as I scroll down through this website, here's my office hours. Here's to meet the team again. Here's some pictures of the doc. Here's the doc working with different patients in the website, showcasing how they're the experts and they can help the patient get to where they want to be, and that the patient is number one in their office. And they can see all the different things that they help out with, some additional things that they do, some more pictures, and more call to actions that scroll with them throughout the website, some videos for them to click and play. Everywhere that they scroll, there's a call to action for them. This is the type of layout that you want to have for your website. All right. So let's go back to the slides here. All right, perfect. So as you saw there, if we can do this for creating a better user engagement, more people will take action from your website. It will increase the user engagement, the type of things, the actions that people take on your website, which will inherently increase the user retention, which is on the other side of SEO, which is the amount of time that people spend on the website. So if they're clicking and taking actions, increasing the user engagement, inherently the user retention goes up and the time spent on the website goes up, which is really, really great for SEO as well. All right. Moving forward, I want to go over a little bit about how to make your website stand out in searches. So you're probably looking at this page and like, what does that mumbo jumbo text mean? So I wanted to give you an example of what schema markup is. I brought this up a little bit earlier on one of my slides, but I wanted to touch base on it a little bit further because this is just one of the things that we can do to help your website stand out in the searches. So schema markup is a special code added to websites that helps search engines understand what's on each page. It basically acts like a translator between the website and search engines, and it makes it easier for them to identify important information. So how would it help in Office? When you add schema markup to a chiropractic or optometry website, it tells search engines about specific details that potential patients are looking for, like office location, business hours, types of services, contact details, and even patient reviews. It'll actually show. So this extra detail can lead to an enhanced listing in search results, like rich snippets, which I'll go over here in just a second. And this can attract more attention and bring more patients to your website. And so some of the benefits that I went over again is increased visibility, better local search results, improved credibility as well. So some of the examples that you see here, we'll go over them. This right here is an example of a schema markup coding snippet that we place around specific elements. This one is specifically for FAQ schema markup, which I'll show you here on the next slide. But each type of schema, there's location schema, there is service schema, there's many different types of schema that's out there to help drive in key information into the search engine result page. But this is what it will look like on the back end of the website here when we place it around there. So this is the type of coding that we place around it. And this is the type of things that that coding will do. So one thing that it'll do is it will create rich snippets. So rich snippets, so if I do a Google search for eye doctor or a chiropractor, sometimes what you'll see the regular listing, and then underneath it, you'll see these links: doctor and staff, vision care and products, contact us, emergency eye exams. So these are rich snippets that was drawn in from the schema markup code that's on the website. And so what this does is it enhances your listing. So instead of it just being a normal listing without any of those links there, it places these links underneath. So it creates an enhanced listing with additional links to click on. It makes it more attractive to be clicked on by patients that are looking at this page. There's more information for them to click on and explore as opposed to just the one link that they would otherwise see. Something else that we can do too as well is add featured images. So for example, you see chiropractor in Green Bay. This is a picture of the doc that's on the website that's pulled in directly too as well. It can help to enhance that listing. Now you have a picture to go off of the listing as opposed to just the text. You can see it's a friendly looking doc. I just want to go ahead and click on it and explore more. And it's going to basically entice people and give them some additional stuff that makes the listing more attractive for them to click on. Another example would be the FAQ. So this is a FAQ schema, and this is how it will result in the search result pages. So every time you do a search for a chiropractor or an eye doctor or an optometrist, what you will see is there will be a people also asked section on the search result page. It's a section that shows up on the first page of Google. It'll have the most commonly asked questions about whatever that person searched. And so what we can do is actually add frequently asked questions, and we have a list of some of the most commonly Googled questions about both chiropractic and optometry that we've aggregated. And so we ask our offices basically to answer those questions in their own words, because it works really well when it's unique content. So content that's not anywhere else on the internet. And we take that content, we put it on the website, we place this type of coding around it, the schema markup coding. And what it allows us to do is it will pull those questions and answers into this people also ask section. So somebody can click on this, read and click onto your website, go to your website to read the information. And so what happens is it helps drive more traffic to your website. Like I said before, traffic is really beneficial. And so if we can get somebody that clicks on this to read some information on there, it usually keeps them on the site for a good amount of time. And that is great for SEO. So that additional traffic plus the amount of time that somebody spends reading the answer on the website is really great for SEO. So here, those are just a few examples of schema markup and how we can help help your website stand out in search engines and what you can do to help your website stand out in search engines. It's really beneficial and 100% would recommend it for any website out there in today's world. All right. So before we go into the Q&A session here, I just wanted to go over some actionable steps and conversion tips for you, something you can leave with today, with a checklist of things that you can do to improve your online visibility and the conversion that you're getting back from your website right now. So the first thing that I would recommend to anybody that is starting to optimize a website and do proper SEO on it is to audit your website's content for relevancy and quality. A regular review of your pages to ensure content is informative, up to date, and meets patient needs is important, right? One of the things we talked about before on the on-site SEO side of things was the content and the relevancy of that content. You want to make sure that it's not outdated. You want to make sure it has the proper keywords sprinkled throughout. You want to make sure that the headings are set up properly on there. And so auditing your websites for that content and then removing any outdated content or replacing it with new content, and then making sure that it's set up properly with the proper keywords to help the search engine rank your website for what you want to rank for. The next is to optimize key on-site elements. So these are those elements that I talked about on our first site for on-site SEO, which focuses on creating accurate title tags or meta titles, that blue purple text that shows up on the search engine result page, making sure we have proper keywords in there. The meta description, the black text that shows up underneath that blue purple text on the search engine result page, making sure that has proper keywords in there. Making sure your headers are set up in the proper way, organizing the contents from importance from H1 to H6 and setting that up properly on your pages too as well will help your website rank better. So really focusing on those key on-site elements. You want to also improve page load speed and mobile usability. So test your site's page your page load speeds. There's different online tools you can use for testing page speed. Test it, make sure that it's loading at an adequate level. And then make necessary adjustments to improve that page speed. So one tip I can give you is, making sure that your image files are converted to the right type of file to load quicker, switching it from like a PNG to a WebP file, adding different plugins to the website to boost the speed of your website, making sure your website is on a secure server that loads quickly too as well. There are different ways to improve your page load speeds and mobile usability. On the mobile usability side of things, making sure your mobile version of your website is user-friendly to use, and when patients land on there, they can easily navigate it. They can find all key information very easily and quickly. That there's not a bunch of cluttering information, a lot of pop-ups coming up, those type of things. Try to reduce that as much as possible to create a really good user experience that'll keep people on the website long, and then get them to take action on it. Then you want to create and implement a consistent internal linking strategy. So as we talked about a little bit earlier, use internal links to guide visitors to related pages and improve navigation for both users and search engines. So if you have a backpain page that talks about disc degeneration, right? If you say disc degeneration on that page, and link it to a disc degeneration page so that content is linked together and it shows that it is related information. It's great for search engines, but it's also great for patients to help them find related information really quickly. For an eye doctor, right, if we're talking about an eyeglasses exam, maybe add a link to eyeglass frame options, and you can have a link that links over to where you have all your different eyeglass frames that people can choose from. Those type of things are great for creating a great user experience by giving them related information really easily, and having a really easy way to go to that related information. It's great for search engines to see that those two pieces of information, those two pages are related as well. Then we want to leverage local SEO and business listings. So make sure your practice information is consistent and complete on platforms like Google My Business, Yelp, and other local directories. So some ways to improve this would be to add a picture, 2 to 3 pictures every single month onto your listing. Get reviews. You don't have to get 50 reviews every single month. 2 to 3 is a great pace to go at, and getting reviews into that listing that way. Going in and responding to reviews that people leave you is great. It shows that you are interacting with that listing and keeping up to date with that listing. Adding a small FAQ section into your listing can help enhance it to as well. Adding social links is a great way to enhance that listing and give it everything that it needs. The more you interact with it, the more you update it, the more it shows Google that you're staying up to date with it. And Google always wants to show up-to-date information. It wants to show relevant information. So if you're updating and staying consistent with your listing, there's a good chance that it's going to be showing up really well within your market as well. Then you want to optimize for patient engagement. So this is that example I just showed a few slides ago where I pulled up that website and I went through all those elements on the website that's going to get people to take action. Placing call to actions in really easy to see places, bright color that people can really easily point out when they're on the website and know that that's a call to action that they should take. As you saw on that website, it's a big bright yellow color and it's everywhere that they scroll on that website. There's no chance that they can miss it. We want to also add images and videos to be able to showcase to the patient what it's like to be a patient in your office. And what these things will do is increase the user engagement. So the things that people are doing on your website, the actions they're taking, which inherently will increase the user retention, the amount of time that people are spending on the website as well. And last but not least, you will want to track and analyze your progress. So you can use tools to monitor your site performance. You want to pay attention to metrics like page views, time on site, bounce rate, so you can understand what's working and what needs to be adjusted. So Google Analytics is a great tool for this. They just updated to GA4, and it gives great information on how many people are going to your website, where they're coming from, what pages that they're spending their time on predominantly, how much time that they're spending on your website, what does the bounce rate look like, and then you can make tweaks as needed if one of those areas is not where you want it to be. So hopefully all this information was beneficial, and that brings me to my last slide here. And hopefully you got a lot of information out of this. If you're looking at all of these actionable steps and conversion tips and you're like, wow, that is a lot of stuff, I do not have time or the resources to do this right now, reach out to us. We've been doing this for over a decade, and really successfully with thousands of offices. And so all the things that you see here that I talked about are all things we do for every single office that works with us. And if you're wanting to, save the time and not have to research all these things to be able to do everything, reach out to us. We'd be happy to give you some more information and set you up with something that's going to set your office up with a great online presence. So that's all I have for you today, and I'll give it back to Sarah here.
Thank you so much. That was a lot of great stuff. I know we're right up on time here, so I'll take a few questions, and then again, if we did not get to your question, we'll make sure to follow up with you and get you an answer. Really quickly, can you repeat what the two backlinks that Google doesn't like were called?
Yeah, so the two backlinks that Google, really the backlinks that Google doesn't like are like overseas backlinks, so or non-local backlinks, and then links that tend to be spammy in nature. And the way that you can figure this out is they usually are coming from places where you can purchase backlinks, or SEO companies that say they can purchase backlinks for you. Stay away from those things, because I've seen on so many accounts where people have purchased these links and it really ruins the reputation of their website to Google, because all these spammy backlinks are coming in. So spammy backlinks, and they're usually coming in from overseas as well.
Gotcha. And then how do I get my website to rise in the rankings? How am I going to outrank my competitors if they're doing the same things as me?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's two parts to that question. I think the first question is, how do I get my website to rise in the rankings? So the answer to that is pretty much everything that we talked about on this call. So the on-site SEO, so optimizing the website's meta titles, title tags, meta descriptions, setting up the proper heading structure, the internal linking, the page load speed, those type of things is really important. So that's the foundational SEO, right? And doing that is one part of the SEO that's really important. So you want to make sure that part is set up. The second part is the external factors outside of the website. So things like reviews, right? You Google My Business listing that has the reviews in it, will drive a good amount of traffic to the website. And when we take a look at statistics and we see offices that have a lot of reviews in their market, that listing tends to get a lot of clicks to the website simply because it has a good reputation. So if you can build a good reputation with good online reviews, it'll inherently drive more traffic to your website, which is great for SEO. Responding back to reviews is great for SEO. Getting those local backlinks from local sports teams or your local chiropractic association or your local chamber of commerce, those are great ways to improve your SEO and help you to move up in the ranks. And then Other ways to drive traffic would be like your social media. So if you have a link in your post that they go back to your website, it's a great way to drive additional traffic to your website too as well. So if you want to get your website to rise in the ranks, do those two things. Do the on-site SEO and the off-site SEO side of things, and your website will move up. Now, the off-site SEO varies a lot more because not every office is the same with that, right? Your reviews are a little bit different. You know, your backlinks might be a little bit different. So that external factor has a little bit more, I would say, variances to it because every office is a little bit different with that. But if you can really master that offsite SEO, that can give you that additional push too as well.
Okay, great. And that does take us to time. If you want to actually go to the next slide, we've got a QR code here that you can scan and schedule time with one of our experts. I will make sure that everybody gets this recording. And if you did ask a question that we didn't get to, we will follow up with you we'll follow up with you this week and make sure to get you an answer. But thank you guys so much for joining. And we hope you got a lot of value out of our presentation, and we hope to speak with you soon.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.